Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Come on, bitch.
Derek and Romaine.
Leave the fuck alone, because they will fuck with your shit.
They are real bitchy.
Derek and Romaine.
Everything they do is so dramatic, it just makes me want to set myself on fire.
This is Derek and Romaine.
2.0, bitches.
Bitchy. Bitchy.
How
Bitchy.
dare you call us bitchy? Hi, Derek.
You know, this is what happens when you look in the mirror too long.
True dat, yo.
All right. Well, Derek here, along with Romaine, back for another A-plus episode of this show. You know, it's a new year, same old us.
Yep. Some
for our
things
regular
never change.
Yes, for our regular live daily show subscribers, sorry we aren't live for you. We're out of town. But this episode will also air in our free podcast. So those of you who are subscribers who are trying to convince other people to subscribe to our show, you know, you can always tell them to check out our free podcast, which we update mostly weekly,
Yeah.
with various episodes from the show. But with the start of the new year, we've had a bunch of new subscribers who have joined the show, and they have not been with us in a while. And so they're like, wait, what's happening? Romaine has moved to Texas. Derek sold his house. What is happening?
Yeah.
And it is true. We've had a lot of life changes that have been going on. You know, Romaine's baby is now a grown adult over the age of 18 person.
Yep.
Still as needy and dependent as a baby, however.
Yep.
And has moved along with Iris to Texas with Romaine, and they are getting their full yeehaw on.
Trying.
And I did also sell my house last year so that I could get into a place that was smaller and required a lot less cleaning and maintenance. So I am living my best life. And I can now turn my attention to other things that are more of interest to me, that are not mowing lawns and cleaning rooms I don't go in.
Makes so much sense.
Yes. So people will see, you know, in our DNR Cast app, all of our subscribers have access to our DNR Cast app. And in the DNR Cast app, like, we have recipes in there, and I have put in some recipes that I make all the time. And as I am doing more cooking and baking this year, you're going to see me dropping more recipes of the kinds of things that I make around the house here as the year goes on. So, you know, be on the lookout for those. But speaking of things I'm cooking up around here in my new place, something that's been on my list for a long time since Mike and Brian moved out of my old place was I had wanted to set up a Plex server and digitize my physical media.
Now, how does this work exactly? Because I've heard you talk about this in the past, but I don't quite understand how it works.
Yeah, so there are like videos on YouTube where people explain how to do these things. And I'll explain sort of a bit about what I did. There are a bunch of different ways to do it. And it, in some ways, was successful. But, like, not all, you know, DVDs, for whatever reason, were able to be digitized.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I tried to rip some of the DVDs, and some of them just didn't work. I think some of them were just too old. Some of them is the format of it and whatever. It's not 100%. But what I wanted, because the DVDs, I have a lot of DVDs, which I will explain in a minute how many of them I digitized in there. So I had a lot of DVDs, and they just take up a lot of physical space. But as we've seen even with the streaming platforms where they do have a lot of content in there, the reality is they shift things out all the time. So if you have a favorite movie or usually movies, but also TV shows that you want to be able to access, it could disappear off of a streaming platform like that. So, you know, it's a good idea to have to keep physical media.
Right.
But it is also nice to have the convenience of being able to access your physical media, on your TV without having to like find the DVD and put it in the DVD player and whatever else. Okay. So there is a company called Plex, and it has a free service, but if you want various additional add-on features to it, they do have like a subscription thing. They have a monthly subscription thing, or you can just pay an annual fee or a one-time, never pay another fee again thing with it. And so for me, I did do the lifetime pay thing on the Plex server, because one of the things that's included in it is to be able to remotely access your Plex server on the road,
which I think is super cool. But also, like, let's say I have this server and I want my brother to be able to access my server to watch movies if he wanted to. Could he also access it from anywhere?
Well, okay. So, I think, I don't want to get too in the weeds about like copyright and, file sharing and all that kind of thing. Generally speaking, though, I think that because like we've seen this with the streaming platforms, right, where you can add additional users to your account. They've started to crack down where they're like, well, we only want it to be users that are actually in your household. But like, for instance, you have a daughter and, you might want to set up, a family account on, say, Netflix or something. But when she goes away to college, you'd be like, ugh, do I have to, if she ever were to move out, really,
please.
We're going to set up, like, do we have to pay for a second account here when, it's been the three of us this whole time? Why is it necessary for us to continue to pay just because now she lives, 2 miles away or whatever?
Right.
Anyway, so I think we're going to continue to see some shakeout here. But generally speaking, yes, they do you can share these things with, family members or friends or whatever. But their ability to access it will also depend on, their like account status and that kind of thing. But anyway, but it's just the thing for us, for you and me, is we spend a lot of time traveling. I mean, we're pre-recording this episode of our show because we're on the road, and we do our group cruises with the listeners, and we go to Pride events, and so we're on the road a lot. And we watch things on airplanes or in hotel rooms when we're stuck in a place or whatever. And more there is all-you-can-eat streaming access in a lot of these places. So, it makes sense to be able to access your own server of content at home when you are traveling. So it's just to me, that's the big benefit. And I can understand, like for you, you might, this might be another reason that Romy might not want to leave home. If you guys had a lot of like DVDs at home and everything, you could set it up and then she would be able to watch a movie, and, not have to pay for another streaming service or whatever else. Anyway, so it's really great, but it's not, it's not a thing where you can just digitize your own media and then you never need any other streaming platforms or anything else, unless you only ever want to watch your own stuff forever. But depending on how much physical media you have, it might be worthwhile. Now, I do also have a lot of CDs because you can also digitize music and basically create your own music streaming platform. And I think if you're somebody who has very specific music taste and you have a lot of CDs, it might be worthwhile. But for most of us, like, it's a lot of work to digitize all these things. And these streaming music services, they do have virtually everything. And they don't change from platform to platform.
True.
So I think the CD thing it's less useful. But if you have a very specific genre that you like that is not as deeply sourced in these streaming platforms, then it might be worthwhile to digitize your music too.
Well, but also because when we first started the facility, one of the most interesting things about that place was they were taking all kinds of CDs and they were digitizing them for the platform. But one of the great things about doing that was they were finding tracks on some of these CDs that were lesser known tracks or special versions of certain tracks, that renditions that maybe you've never heard before and that you could then have access to. Because like your typical Apple Music and all that, they're not necessarily going to have those.
Right.
I imagine.
Or as many, because sometimes, I mean, this happened a lot in the 90s, as you know, that there would be a pop song and then they would do 10 dance remix tracks of that song.
Yeah.
And some of them were longer and some of them are shorter. I mean, you remember how it was. Like those arena mixes in the 90s where they would have like an 11-minute dance mix of a song. Oh, those were the days when people had an attention span, as opposed to now when they just play 30 seconds of the hook of a song and then move on. Mm-hmm. It's infuriating to me. It's like, you know what? Play the fucking song. Don't tease us with the song and then play 30 seconds of it and then walk away. Like, anyway, don't even get me started. Like, I understand an 11-minute dance mix of a song is insane, but even still, we need to find a happy medium between 30 seconds and 11 minutes.
Agreed.
Anyway. Yes. So if you have a specific mix of a song, like in that, then yeah, you definitely want to have that. But like as a little kid, I got into swing music, like from the 30s, late 30s and mid 40s, and there is some of that content in these streaming services, but the reality is not a lot.
Right.
And usually they have like enough to get people through a bit. It's like it's a sample of it, whatever. But if you like to listen to it, there's not a lot of variety and, you might find it lacking. Or if you're into particular parts of country or heavy metal or opera or classical, subgenres of music that have a deep catalog, but might not have a deep catalog on a streaming platform. That really focuses on like pop music, but especially pop music of like the last 40 years.
Right.
Then it's probably worthwhile to digitize that media so that you can have a specific music your own streaming music platform that is the genre that you like. So I think it really depends on you as a person. But like we had so many artists that came in and like gave us their CDs and everything.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I like them, but do I need to digitize all this? Do I need to save this for like a song I'm never going to listen to?
Do you need to? No.
Yeah, no.
But could you and have it? Yes.
Well, I did do this on the movie side. So with the movies, I had all these DVDs of movies. I split them up into 3 piles: movies, documentaries,
okay,
and TV shows.
Okay.
And I only digitized the movies, and I digitized some of the documentaries, and I didn't digitize any of the TV.
Interesting.
Well, part of the thing with the TV is, one is I didn't have a lot of complete seasons of shows.
Oh, interesting. Why?
I would have a season of a show, or like when we were at the old facility, we would get like promotional DVDs. Like, for instance, Romaine and I, you may remember, were obsessed with the show Strike Back on Cinemax. That, by the way, is not available on any streaming platform.
Well, that's too bad.
It's infuriating because that was a great show.
Yeah.
And, you would think with HBO Max, it would be in there somewhere. It's not. And so I do have, they would send a sort of an advanced DVD of the first 2 or 4 episodes of a season of the show. So I have that, but it's like, well, I don't have the whole season, so is this really worth digitizing? And it's not available anywhere. So it's kind of now, it's like, well, I guess I could buy it, the physical media of it somewhere, and then have it, but it seems like a lot of work for a show that I really liked 20 years ago, but how many times am I ever going to watch it again, right? So some of the TV stuff is like that, but I have all of the seasons of Sex and the City, but that's never going to leave HBO Max. Like never.
No, that's probably true.
So I have it, but why digitize it? And I have several seasons of The Simpsons, but it's been on the air for 35 years. Like it's never going to go away.
I know why you should. Because what if it becomes a show like so many where the songs are not licensed to the show anymore or not paid for the show anymore, and then they have to take away an episode because of something stupid like that? Because that does happen to some of our old favorite shows. So
yes.
You don't want to run into a situation like that where all of a sudden you're watching a season of a show on online, and then all of a sudden episodes are missing.
Well, that's what happened with Moonlighting.
Yeah.
And how long it took for it to get on Hulu, because they couldn't get all the rights to all of the songs, and they ended up having to make a couple of substitutions.
Right.
But as people who watch Moonlighting know, Bruce Willis would frequently sing along to a song when he would walk into a scene. Like they did not have a lot of workaround for that. And so they kind of needed the rights on those. So it did take a while, which is why it took so long for it to actually get onto a streaming platform. But they had different rules for home video. And yes, so if you want the original as it was, then the ripping it and storing it digitally yourself is the only way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in general, I just did movies. But we also...
I mean, I will tell you, you have inspired my wife with this Plex server. Because when she talked to you, when we came and visited you, when I was setting up your studio, she heard about what you were doing, and now she wants to do it with all of our movies, because we have bins and bins and bins of DVDs that my wife will not let go of because she just refuses to. And she wants to digitize them and put them on a server, which I'm all for. If it gets rid of the fucking bins of shit,
right?
I'm like, please and thank you. Yes, take them all.
Yeah. So my ultimate goal is actually not to like throw out the DVDs now that I've digitized them, but I want to be able to take them out of their packaging and put them into those CD and DVD like folder binders. So that they just take up a lot less space.
But what's the point then of digitizing them if you're not actually going to get rid of the shit?
Well, because it might be useful at some point, but also if your server crashes and you lose everything that you digitized and you've thrown all of your physical media away, well, what are you going to do? Start over?
I mean, that's valid.
So it's kind of worthwhile to just think of it as a backup. But also, I mean, those binders hold, I mean, however many they hold, hundreds. And they don't take up that much space compared to the DVDs, which take up significantly more space. So after digitizing the movies, would you like to guess how many, just movies, not documentaries. Well, actually, that's not true. I think I digitized like 5 or 6 documentaries. Okay, so how many movies, not documentaries and TV shows,
okay,
do you think I have? Do you think I had?
I think you probably added around 250.
330.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's quite a bit. And there were a few that
and
I
is
ended
that all
up,
of them, or do you still have more to go?
I have a bit more to go because I have some Blu-rays, and the Blu-rays take just a lot longer.
Gotcha.
And if you have Blu-rays, if you have only Blu-rays, I don't know, it might not be worthwhile because they take up a lot of space. They take up
I was going to ask you, how much space is your Plex server up to at this point with your 300 movies?
Oh, I don't know. But I did get a 2 terabyte storage to store it in because I figure I'll never fill that up, and it should be enough storage space for the hundreds of movies that I have.
You think you won't fill it up, but you'll be surprised how quickly you can.
I might be able to fill it up, yes. But if I had all Blu-rays, I could probably fill it up. But I don't. They're not all Blu-rays. But some of the movies didn't digitize for whatever reason, and then others of them. I had the DVD so long that it was in standard format and not widescreen, and I was like, no, I'm not keeping this standard format of this movie because it will only make me angry when I'm watching it.
Fair.
Because I have a big widescreen TV now, so I only want the widescreen versions of things. So some of them didn't make the cut. And then with the TV...
But you kept the DVD, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, no. With the standard format one, I donated it. You know, my local library has like a bookstore thing that takes donations. And they take donations of books, but also DVDs.
Gotcha.
And you can buy... like used DVDs there if you want, like for a song. So I might start doing that to like add to the collection of things that I want to permanently have. If there's like a specific hole in the collection of like, this is one of my top 20 favorite movies and I don't have it on DVD, but I do know I'm going to watch it again. And there's not a guarantee it will live forever on a streaming platform or a platform that I will continue to subscribe to for a long time. You know, like the 2010 Coen Brothers version of True Grit, which I love that movie, but I don't own it on DVD. But it's one of my favorite, like all-time favorite movies. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a copy of that. Don't send it to me, but I wouldn't mind having a copy of that. But I don't know that I want to spend, I don't know, $20 or something, like buying a new DVD. But if it's there at the sort of book thrift store in my town, I'll pick it up. And so that I can have it.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so I have quite a number of movies now. So many that I actually thought, like, well, I might want to do I was thinking about doing some kind of like social media content around it. I don't know that I want to like horn in on Steve Hayes, Tired Old Queen of the Movies. But I do have a lot of like random movies that I did not like buy. Like when we were at the old facility, we were on like the mailing list for all of these various entertainment companies.
Oh, yeah.
And so they would send us...
They send us shit all the time.
DVDs and CDs, but like a lot of DVDs, like all the time. And so I have, I don't know, 30 Tyrone Power movies.
What?
And I think I've seen maybe one Tyrone Power movie in my life. It's not like he's my favorite movie star or something, but Jesus Christ, he was like a big like studio star at Fox in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And so he made a lot of movies. Like a lot of like the big movie stars made 100 movies. So it's not like you can't have 30 Betty Davis movies and barely scratch the surface.
That's crazy.
Of these people. Like people made a lot of movies. In the old studio days, there were 5 or 6 major studios, and they all made 50 movies a year in like the 30s and 40s.
Who do you think is an actor these days that is the closest to making that many movies?
Oh.
Like in modern times.
Well, the studios don't make nearly as many movies as they used to. I think the big studios make, 6 to 10 movies a year.
Right.
If that. And there are not that many. Like if you think about a company where they'll have like Fox and Fox Searchlight and, whatever, like I think combined they make like 15 movies a year because they'll have their like indie specialty thing like Sony Pictures Classic and Columbia Pictures and TriStar. Like they're all one big company. But they're not making 50 movies a year, even with their subsidiaries and everything else. But, I mean, there are definitely some actors who work a lot. But most of the actors, movie stars, don't make that many movies. Because the movie stars, like if you think about like a Meryl Streep or a Julia Roberts or a Tom Cruise or, Harrison Ford or whatever, like a big, like current modern movie star. They make a movie every year or so. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the old studio system, they might make 4 to 6 movies a year.
Oh, wow.
So, they had a thing when Clara Bow was at Paramount in the silent era where they committed to the theater owners that she would make 4 movies a year. And they would just slot them in, and they were called Spring Bow, Summer Bow, Fall Bow, Winter Bow. Like, it was just like, we don't know what the movies are going to be. We don't know what role she's going to play, but you're going to get a movie every 3 months.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it used to be a very different thing.
Yeah.
But the people who worked the most, who had the most credits, were character actors. So I think in our modern era, somebody like that would be like Allison Janney. I mean, because remember how,
Sure.
like or Margot Martindale, like somebody who is in a lot of movies because they're often doing smaller roles.
Right.
And they're very good. So people will put them in a bunch of things. So they're working a lot. Regina King, we had her on the show. And I was like, oh, I feel like you work all the time. And she's like, really? Because I feel like I'm unemployed all the time. But Regina King has been in a lot of stuff, movies and TV shows.
True.
Because, she's a working actor. She's got to work. And so I think that, in our modern era, then the people who work the most tend to be the character actors, not necessarily like movie stars. Not that we haven't seen Allison Janney like star in things where it's like, she is a star in a movie, but Allison Janney is not Tom Cruise.
No, she's not. She definitely doesn't have his kind of money.
No.
But I wish she did, because she's a very talented woman, that
Yes. But like Tom Cruise will try to make a movie a year or something. But these, like the franchises, take a long time.
It's true.
If you're making Star Wars movies or Mission Impossible movies or Avatar
Harry Potter
movies, they take a long time to make.
They do.
And then, you're not available for other things. But even some TV shows take a long time. Carrie Coon talked about doing White Lotus. And it was like, well, it's 7 months in Thailand.
Right.
Which meant that she didn't have time. She couldn't do like a quick stint on Elsbeth or do another movie in between or whatever. Like, she's halfway around the world for 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
anyway.
that's kind of crazy.
All right. So just to get a little bit into the weeds of like how it works with the thing is that one, for the Plex server, you needed a server. So you need a dedicated computer to have the shows on. So if you have an old, the best thing for something like this is like, if you have an old Mac Mini lying around, or you don't need to get a brand new computer necessarily.
Okay.
You could order on a secondary market, like a used thing. But a Mac Mini is a good option because you can plug it into the TV, and then it's like always on. Because with the Plex server, it needs to be always on.
Does it just need to be a hard drive? Why does it have to be a computer?
Because it's a server.
Okay.
You need a server.
Gotcha.
Because what we do, we use servers all the time. But for our live show, we have to have an encoding server for streaming our live show. So you have to think about it with the Plex, like our live encoding server.
Gotcha.
Because you are live, you're streaming live. So you need to be able to constantly be streaming. So it needs to be a computer that is constantly on and connected in order for your stream to work.
Gotcha.
Now, if it's just you at home, like when I was scanning and everything, and initially I did not have it set up as a full-time server. I just had it on like a regular old laptop. But when the laptop would go to sleep, the server would disconnect. But if it's just me at home, I can just fire up the laptop and, use that as the server. So if you're not sharing with anybody outside, or you're not traveling and you're using it on the road, you can just use a regular old laptop that you have around the house.
Okay.
So it's if you're thinking about doing it, but you don't want to spend a lot of money or something, but you have like a dusty old, Windows laptop lying around, it's like, you can use that. Because I used it for the thing because it had an actual DVD drive.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because you do need a drive in order to scan the DVDs.
Right.
So if you have like an old laptop that has an optical drive in it for DVDs or for Blu-ray, then you can just utilize that to get yourself all set up. And then if you like it, you can have a more elaborate setup.
Gotcha.
But I mean, don't get, this is not a place to get technical information about this, because there are like tech people who will on like YouTube walk you through the steps of it. But basically what you need is, you will need to have, some kind of drive where you can scan the DVDs. So if you don't already have like a laptop or a computer that has a DVD drive, well, this will be a barrier for you. But you can use, the laptop that I use with it's a 15-year-old old Windows laptop. Is it the zippiest ever?
I guess no.
But it gets the job done.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need, I'm not using it for anything else, so it doesn't need to be like fancy. And I don't need a lot of storage on it because I'm using like a secondary storage. So, you can get away with this pretty cheap if you just have like old equipment lying around, just to get yourself started. But you do need a couple of pieces of software. You need a piece of software that actually like scans and rips a DVD, and then you need another piece of software that actually gets it into a format where you can view it. And so it is a multi-step process.
But if Derek can do it,
but
I'm
right.
going to say anybody can.
Yeah, Iris definitely can do it. It's not that hard. And there are a bunch of different softwares out there that you can use. Some that are free, some that have like a free trial. There are some that you can just pay for. Like if you're just like, I don't want to deal with this or whatever, there are pieces of software out there that you could just pay for and do it. But if you want to be cheap, like me, there are ways you can do it basically free.
Nice.
So the only thing that I paid money, my DVD drive that was built into my laptop did not do Blu-ray, and also like started to be noisy. Like it's old, so it started like acting up. So I did buy an external plug-in DVD drive.
Okay.
That also is Blu-ray compatible. So I did spend $50 on that. And then, but now I can plug that into any computer and I can scan any DVD at that point. So it's good to have, just longer term. And then I did buy like an old used Mac Mini on an aftermarket website for my more permanent server. So I did spend a little money on this because I didn't have an old Mac Mini around. And I didn't have I didn't have a Blu-ray drive anywhere where I could actually scan the Blu-rays. So
Gotcha.
I did spend a little money here. So it's not like the kind of thing where it's like, oh, well, you're not spending money on a streaming service and it's completely free. Depending on what you have lying around the house, it may not be completely free. So this is why it's also not great for everybody. But if you are somebody who you have hundreds of DVDs and they are literally just collecting dust, it's good because now I watch these movies a lot more because it's just like any of the other streaming services because the Plex has an app on the TV and you open it up and it has all of your movies there. And then when you've watched one of your own movies, it like marks it as watched and you can create your own watch list of things to watch and everything. And there's a bunch of things that I've had a long time that I didn't have a chance to watch before. And then things that I did not have in my collection that I did buy the Criterion collection of Joseph von Sternberg, Marlene Dietrich movies.
Oh boy.
Because I had never seen Shanghai Express, and I wanted to see what man changed her name to Shanghai Lily. To watch it just for Marlene Dietrich's pronunciation of the word Shanghai.
Gotcha.
And also Anna May Wong.
Oh.
Anna May Wong was a stage actress who was very popular, and she got a movie contract, an Asian woman in the 1930s, and she was in Shanghai Express, and the movie was a huge hit, and she was a huge hit with audiences. And there was a real moment in like 1934 where it's like America is going to have a Asian movie star.
Oh.
And then it fucking didn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah, they should really do they should really do a movie about like how Anna May Wong got fucked over by the studio system in the 1930s, because there was it wasn't like there was a huge audience backlash against her. Like, people liked her. She was clearly a star.
So what happened?
I don't know. You'd have to ask everybody who's long dead by now. But the real thing is that they had a chance because there was a very popular book written by Pearl Buck called The Good Earth that was like set in China about Chinese peasants. And they wanted Anna May Wong to star in the movie. But the problem was you couldn't have an Asian actor have a romance with a non-Asian actor. And they basically wanted to cast white actors in what it was called yellowface, where they were pretending to be Asian.
Oh, no.
Because there were laws on the books that you could not show interracial relations, like they were illegal, so you couldn't show them in movies. And so like they couldn't cast Anna May Wong in the movie because I think they didn't have like an Asian male actor to cast against her in the role. Like, it was fucked up.
That's super fucked up.
It was super fucked up. And even in the in Shanghai Express, Warner Oland, who played Charlie Chan in all the movies and everything, he was a white actor who made a whole career of playing Asians. He's in that movie. He's like the bad guy in the movie. And so it was a dicey situation. But it was the same thing when they were doing Showboat in the 1940s. They had Ava Gardner play a character who is black but passing for white. And the studio had Lena Horne under contract. They wanted, Lena Horne campaigned hard to play Julie in Showboat. And they were just like, we won't be able to show this movie in half the country.
Damn.
And so, Ava Gardner and Lena Horne were like best friends. And Ava Gardner didn't want to do the movie because she's like, I can't believe how you're fucking over my friend. And Lena Horne told her, like, do the movie. Like, I appreciate you wanting to be a friend here, but do the movie. And like, it was just a shitty situation. But this is how it was. And that's why that Hollywood series on Netflix was such bullshit of like, they couldn't even put Lena Horne in Showboat, which, by the way, was based on a huge best-selling novel. Like, everybody who was going to go and see that movie knew what the content of that movie was. And they still couldn't put it on the screen. So it was real dicey. Anyway, I digress about this whole thing with the Plex server. But anyway, so I have all these movies, including Shanghai Express, which is a campy hoot. Mm-hmm. But also because we got sent all these DVDs, I have a bunch of like random movies. And so I was thinking I might do a thing in like social media where it's not Steve Hayes' title, Queen of the Movies, but I might do a what did I just watch? I'm like, here are these random
like
movies that I have that I digitized. Because I almost have enough at this point to make like one like every day for a year.
Right.
I almost have a full year of like various movies. And some of them are like random I had never heard of before. And I watched one and it was really good.
Okay.
Dangerous Crossing.
Oh, okay. What was good about it?
You might actually like this movie. So it's about a woman who has had a whirlwind romance and she marries a guy sort of impetuously, and they're going to have, as their honeymoon, they're going to do a transatlantic crossing and have their honeymoon in England, right?
Okay.
And the reason I watch is because her husband is played by Carl Betts, who is Dr. Alex Stone on the Donna Reed show, and he is hot.
Okay.
Ask anybody who's watched Donna Reed. Everybody has hot pants for Dr. Stone. Oh, he's so handsome. And plus, he's a pediatrician. Ugh, everybody. He's a real panty dropper. Anyway, so he is in this movie as the husband. So Gene Crane, they get on the boat. They're happy. They get to their stateroom, whatever else. She's like waving goodbye on the dock and everything. And her husband is like, oh, I have to go to the purser's office. I'll be right back. And then, like, he never comes back. And so the ship leaves and her husband is missing.
Well, where is he?
And that's the thing. So then it's this mystery. So then she starts engaging the ship staff of like, where's my husband? And she goes back to her stateroom and the door is locked. And they're like, ma'am, nobody's booked in this stateroom. This isn't your stateroom. Your stuff is in the other room. And you're booked for solo passage on this ship. Like, you don't have a husband.
What?
Yeah.
Seems sus.
So then they bring in the ship doctor because they're like, is she having a psychotic break? And the captain's like, should we put her in the brig? She seems insane.
And
the ship doctor is like, no, maybe if I just take her out to dinner and we go dancing a little bit, maybe she'll be like not psychotic.
What?
Meanwhile, she's like, where the fuck is my husband? Why won't anyone help me find my husband? It's actually kind of juicy. And the movie was like a cheap B movie that they made using the set from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Like they had built this whole cruise ship set for the musical Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, which is a big Technicolor expensive musical. And Fox had the set lying around. So like, well, we'll put this cheapy B movie on the same set.
Okay, that's great.
And look, it's a beautiful set. Like they did a great job. Like it's a gorgeous thing, but they never would have been able to afford it for this movie. Anyway, it's an hour and 15 minutes long, so it's not like a big commitment. And Dangerous Crossing is on like Tubi and I think Amazon or whatever. It's on a bunch of streaming platforms, so people can go and watch it. They don't need to hear it from me. But I thought like this could be the kind of thing that I could put into one of these like I could put this into social media of like, I watched this weird and random movie I'd never seen before, or one that I've seen before that I love, and then talk about it like as a movie a day. And some of them will just be bad, and some of them will be good. Some of them will be just okay.
Very interesting. Okay.
So I might do something like that. All right. But anyway, it's not that hard to set up. I did it. There's YouTube videos that explain how to set it up. You might actually be able to do it with the equipment around the house. You have enough old computers and everything around.
Oh, I'm sure I do.
You guys could probably pretty easily cobble this together.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
But you tell your wife she can just call me and I will walk her through it.
All right,
but yeah,
let her know.
The only thing is like the scanning takes time. But it's a kind of thing where you just press a button and it spends 20 minutes scanning, and then you come back in 20 minutes and then you press another button and then you put it where it needs to be. And it's time consuming in the sense that it just takes a long time to scan all of these DVDs, but it's not the kind of thing where you have to sit for hours and hours and hours. It's the kind of thing where you can, while you're cleaning the house or doing other things, you can go around and then come back and whatever.
Gotcha.
It's pretty easy and straightforward. So anyway, all right. I feel like I've talked about that for a long time, and
I feel like you might have.
We do have confessions and dirty ads.
Oh yeah, I forgot
as
we pulled
promised.
Those. Yeah.
So obviously, since I moved into this place, I've been like unpacking and doing all sorts of things, and coming across old things. And so I did in the boxes of old stuff from the old facility. I had piles of old confessions and dirty personals that we had from the old days. So I thought maybe we could just do some shocking confessions. Here.
All right.
And I did make a PDF and send them to Romaine.
Oh, he did. I'm looking at them now. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy. There's a lot of pages here. I'm just going to pick a page, and that's going to be my page.
Okay.
I'm going to pick page 5
All right.
as my page. Are you ready?
Yes.
I broke into my female friend's house this morning because I saw a car outside her house last night. I climbed into her window and checked to see if she had any used condoms in the trash. She didn't. And I checked her stash of condoms to check if there were any missing. There were not. So either she's being a good girl and not boning anybody else, or she's being a bad girl and boning without protection. What the what? Why is he being so creepy, this guy? And it's not even like it's his girlfriend. It's a female friend.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's super fucked up. I don't think I like that guy.
No, he seems like a wrong man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's not good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, here we go. This one's for you, Romaine.
Okay.
Fake lesbians can suck my big, real lesbian cock. Let me fuck you with a strap on, and we'll see who is a lesbian when you freak the fuck out. Fucking posers.
Wow. Wow. Again, these people are a little fucked up.
Yeah. And by the way, these are all from 20 years ago. So these people, I don't know, hopefully have received some therapy or something.
I would hope so. Jesus Christ. Okay. Here's another one. One time, my bro didn't know I was homesick from school, and he walked into my room to use my full-length mirror. Naked. He didn't see me on my bed, but I didn't dare say anything, and when he noticed me, he ran out. He still doesn't know that I know. It was sick, but funny.
These people are really messed up.
They really are. Like, if your sibling walked into your room naked, not knowing you were there, don't you think you'd say something? Make a noise so at least they knew you were there, even if you didn't want them to think you saw anything? A cough, wiggle around in your bed so they would freak out and run away faster? I don't know. Weird. Okay.
All right. Here's my shocking confession from 20 years ago. Found online. This is not my personal confession. How dare you? I don't know if my girlfriend is hot or not. Her face is ugly, but anything below her shoulders is all good. She has fucking nice tits and a nice ass. I wish I could put a bag over her head when we're having sex, but that would be wrong.
She's got a butterface. It happens. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. It happens to the guys too, you know.
Oh, no. Let me tell you something. The gays will have like a ripped body, just okay face situation all the time.
Yeah.
And look, people deserve love, a lid for every pot, whatever it takes for you to put yourself out there and get yourself laid, whatever, you make that happen. Not everyone's going to have the face. Although, now they have this weird trend, the Looksmaxxing trend.
The what trend?
Looksmaxxing.
What is that?
This is where men and women go to extremes to be the most beautiful person humanly possible. And it's like the perfect body, perfect face.
Ugh.
But they work out obsessively. They get cheekbone implants, like the whole to literally max out your looks. That's why it's called Looksmaxxing.
Very strange, but okay.
But to me, I just feel like Looksmaxxing is just another form of body dysmorphia or an eating disorder, whatever.
Right.
Like the people, like the Jocelyn Wildenstein, the woman who got all the cat lady face.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I mean, we've seen this with people who work out, that like their arms become completely out of control because they cannot tell when their arms are big. And like, oh, they're not big enough. And then it's like, girl, what happened to your arms? You can't put them down to the side of your body. You can't buy clothing in a human clothing store.
Right.
You have to go to Tractor Supply and get like a horse blanket to wear because your arms are too big.
A horse blanket.
I don't know what people get their clothes when they're Looksmaxxing like this. Anyway, I just think
They're Looksmaxxing. They shouldn't need clothes at all.
I wish people felt better about themselves, but then again, when people hear this thing, they're like, oh my God, I wonder if I ever dated a guy who wanted to put a bag over my face.
Yes.
Well,
pretty sure you have.
If you have to ask.
The answer is yes. Pretty sure.
Can I just love you from the neck down? Thank you.
Sure. Sure you can. All right, Derek, here's my next shocking confession.
Okay.
Derek, I have a white sock fetish.
Oh, God.
I like it when girls are wearing white socks while having sex. I do confess. But it's hard to tell. More harder to tell the girls when it's on to do. They may kind of think it's stupid. So, like, how do I tell them? I guess I'll always get in trouble because of this fetish, but I like it. I like to watch her feet clothed in white socks while making love. Yeah, it's okay. Sock fetish? Anyone? I don't have a sock fetish.
This can
although I
happen
would
in-
prefer feet be covered up.
No, but
Frankly, because I hate feet.
well, there are people who are really into feet. Mm-hmm. And some of them are famous filmmakers.
Yeah.
But also, like, sometimes, like in you remember there was kind of a trend in straight porn where the ladies would have sex with their high heel shoes still on, like naked
That
but
is
still in
hot.
high heel shoes. Okay.
That's pretty
There's
hot.
the same thing for gay guys in the porn where they are wearing their white socks, like naked but just in socks.
I did not know that was a gay porn thing, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing as like the heels. It's just like sometimes it's like it's sexy to have like one article of clothing.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong. It can be.
Remember when Louise Brooks was making this movie and she was in a bathrobe, and the director was like, "Oh, I want you to be naked under the robe," and she was like, "No one is going to know that I'm naked under this robe in the scene," and he said, "You'll know you're naked under that robe."
And that's going to change something, you think?
In her performance.
Yeah.
And so, so in a certain thing of like, because the sexiness is, I'm just in a robe. But like, if you really are just in a robe, like, you're really going to be feeling that. Mm-hmm. It's just me. This robe could come off at any moment. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so there's something sexy in, that, I think.
Yeah. I think you might be
All
right.
Well, here is another shocking confession, Romaine.
Okay, Derek.
Let's just keep coming. I am 23 years old. This is a true story about me, but the rest of it is not true about me. I'm 23 years old. 2 weeks ago, I decided I wanted to have sex with a chicken.
Oh.
So I went to the grocery store and bought some eggs, thinking that I could hatch my own chicken. Turns out, you can't hatch these darn eggs at the grocery store. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can. What a dum-dum. What a fucking dum-dum.
People are not bright.
No, they're really not. And then also, what are you going to do when you're done having sex with that chicken? What are you going to do with that chicken?
I don't know.
It's a weird conundrum right there.
I
don't
guess
like
eat it, which also seems
Oh,
weird.
you can't eat a chicken you had sex with. I just think everything about this story doesn't seem right.
I think if this person was right in their head, they wouldn't be buying eggs at the supermarket and trying to hatch them into a chicken.
Agreed, just so they can have sex with it.
But even just to have a chicken, like
Right.
this is the wrong route to get a chicken.
I mean, you're right. I agree. Very odd. Very odd. All right, Derek. Well, here's my next confession. I tell all my friends that I hate Good Charlotte. I do, but sometimes I find myself watching their videos and singing along naked. Then I feel sick, and sometimes I puke. Wow. Some
A weird
real-
reaction to Good Charlotte.
It is.
You haven't heard about it in a while.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'll have to check my CD collection to see if I have some Good Charlotte CDs to rip into my Plex server. Okay. I am obsessed with having big forearms.
Okay.
I do all forearms exercises. It's freaking stupid, really, because I just want big forearms and a strong grip so I can crack people's windpipes if they're mean to me. I'm not really violent, but I want to be able to kill if I need to, or at least not live in fear of being beaten up by bigger guys than me. One might think from all this that I have a small penis, but no, I do not. It is above average. Okay. I think the last part of that was a lie. Also, who are these people who are like, oh, they're so mean to me, I have to crack their windpipe?
But also, why just the forearms? What's that going to do?
You're Popeye, I guess.
I mean, I guess, but don't you need the muscles in the rest of your arms too? What's going to support those forearms? How are you going to lift those forearms if the rest of your arms aren't strong? There's a lot there that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's my next confession. I belong to a very strict church. No sex of any kind before marriage, and they only approve of closed mouth kisses. And hey, I've kept to that, but I must confess, I do masturbate. Sometimes a lot. I guess when I get aroused more, and sometimes, okay, all the time, I feel bad afterwards because I think I'll be being bad, and I feel that it's healthy. I don't know. It does feel good, though. So they feel bad for masturbating because they masturbate a lot? But they're not supposed to masturbate because of their church? What kind of church keeps someone from kissing with an open mouth, A? Or masturbating? That just seems wrong. Masturbation is very important in a daily healthy life, I feel.
It can be.
Okay.
Might also be good for your body.
Yeah, it is good for your body to
And
masturbate.
you know what? Sex of all forms, it's a use it or lose it kind of a situation.
Yeah,
Remember that woman whose vagina sealed up?
I do. You can't have an atrophied situation in your vagina, ladies. Don't let
That's
that
right.
happen to you. Oof.
Okay.
Use that vagina.
Next shocking confession from 2005. This one is a shout out to all of our trucker listeners. I like to drive in my car without pants because no one can see the bottom half of me anyway, except for truck drivers. It gives them something to look at.
Oh. But what happens when you have to get out of your car? Do you
Guess you
like
gotta,
slip some
like,
panties on or something beforehand? Like what happens?
Yeah. But also, I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, are they just not wearing pants and underwear? And then it's like, is it your... Okay.
Also, aren't your ass cheeks going to stick to your chair?
Yeah. See, I am not a fan. Like, I understand people enjoy being nude and everything else, blah, blah, blah. But I am not a fan of naked fannies sitting on things.
Right. It seems very unhygienic.
Yeah. Put a doily down or something. And so in this case, you're driving around and you're like completely pants off, like no underwear, no pants, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's so, oh, that's so nasty. Like, what if you're buying a used car and then you have to think, was a person driving around here with their who just like spread all over this thing for
Probably.
years?
Probably.
That's nasty.
I know, but is it any more nasty than the hotel bed you've slept in that thousands of people have probably had sex in?
At least they change and wash their sheets.
True.
You hope.
Yeah.
But you know how when you go to the thing and they have like you can try on a bathing suit and it has like a liner inside of it?
Yeah.
You can't get that liner on a car seat.
No.
Just
can't.
fucking snail trail forever.
That's
down
disgusting. That really is gross. Thank you for pointing that out. I think about my car seat in my car and all the farts that I farted into it over the years. And I think someday someone else will be sitting on my fart cushion. And it makes me laugh a little bit. When I think about how many farts I've just farted into that cushion over the years. Thousands.
That poor cushion. What did that cushion do to you? Nothing.
Absorb my farts. That's what it did. You're welcome. All right. Next confession. I work with my best friend's boyfriend. So every day he picks me up to go to work. So I feel my best way to thank him for that was to blow him every day after work on the way home. That is a very nice way of saying thank you. I'm sure he appreciates that. I don't know that your best friend will, but I'm sure her boyfriend does.
You sure you don't need a ride?
I definitely
At a certain
don't.
point, isn't the boyfriend going to get suspicious?
I mean,
Oh, she's always needing rides.
one would think so.
Okay. People worry about me all the time for no reason, but people do worry about my dietary habits. Although, in my new place, I'm eating better than ever.
I'm sure that's true.
But here's a shocking confession from somebody who is not. They're probably dead by now. This was
Okay.
20 years ago. I confess that I am a culinary elitist, but I love cheap fried bologna. I am not an obese heifer or anything. I just like the taste of it. Does that make me a hick? At least it's not Spam.
I mean, it's practically Spam.
It is.
Should we tell
Can I
them?
make my own related confession here?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had Spam in decades. I'm very tempted to try it again.
You didn't have any when we were in Hawaii?
No.
Because they have that whole cuisine in Hawaii where they
Yeah,
make
it's big.
Spam like sushi.
Right. Yeah, no.
Huh. Okay. I don't know that I've ever eaten Spam in my whole life.
Oh, I have.
Okay.
When I was a kid, Bjorn, who could not cook, did like slice up Spam, fry it, and have like Spam and eggs.
Okay.
Because that's not hard.
No.
You put it in the pan, put an egg next to it, bing, bang, boom, breakfast. Was it the healthiest breakfast? No.
But at least it was something.
Am I still alive? Barely.
Did you survive? I think so. Okay.
All right. Did you want to do one last one?
I'll
before
do
we
one
go?
last one.
Okay, here we go.
The last girl I had sex with told me I was the worst sex she had ever had, and that I have the smallest penis she's seen. This really shattered my confidence. I can't help but wondering if it's true or whether she was just doing it to get back at me because I said I didn't want a relationship. My dick is 6 inches. That's not small, is it? No, actually, it's just above average. 6
Yeah.
inches is a decent penis,
I mean, especially, yeah.
especially when there's some guys who barely get half an inch. So yeah, I think you're all right, sir. Sounds like she was just being mean.
Could be. But then again, some ladies need it big.
Although she could mean that its girth was the smallest she's ever seen. Because like you can have a
Right.
long penis, but if it's not got any girth to it,
Could be a pencil.
that's not fun. Then it really is a hot dog down a hallway.
Right.
Sad. Anyway, well, there you go,
know what?
Derek.
Look, none of us is perfect.
I don't know. I'm
We
pretty
all
perfect, thank
gotta make our own way in this world. And you gotta if your dick is kind of thin, well, consider having other skills.
you. Right. You should consider that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What a wonderful lesson here at the end.
Yes, it was quite wonderful. Thank you, Derek.
Well, I'm pleased to have the return of Shocking Confessions. I think that was always fun. And
I always enjoyed it.
people have people's lives are weird. So, but not us, sweetie. Our lives are normal.
amazing. Amazing. Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for joining us for another A+ episode here of the show.
We'll do it again.
We'll be back again soon with another one.
Oh yeah, look forward to it.
Can't get enough of the show? Follow them on Twitter at DNR Show or like them on Facebook.
And don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe to DNR 2.0 at DerekandRomaine.com.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience and their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn ads.com today,